All right. So we got our first worldwide celebration hints, and I'm thinking it's looking pretty solid. Now, I really only see that there is like four possibilities, but I'll play the video real quick and I'll give my thoughts after this. So, first we got like a boat and I don't know, like a castle in the background, maybe it's just buildings, but really it's just the thing that's flying. I think that's the main thing. It looks yellow here, by the way, in case you're wondering. I that looks yellow to me. I don't know about anybody else, but that looked yellow to me. So, my thoughts on what worldwide celebration is going to be. Now, you also have to keep into consideration that it has to make money. So, that is also another factor. Like that is one thing that you have to keep in mind when talking about these games. Like these big celebrations are the big money makers. So now you might want it to be something obscure, but if it's not something that they think would sell, which I'm sure they have data on, it most likely won't be one of the big celebrations. Now, something that I know would sell really well, but you know what? Actually, I'm not even going to talk about that. So my thoughts are on this flying thing. I think that's the Nimbus cloud. Now, I also see people saying that it's Saiyan space pod, in which it could be, but again, that looks yellow to me right here. And my main thing is that's like, I don't think that's super far away. Also, these other videos, you can see that it's below the clouds. So it's not in outer space like you would think the space pods would be at. It's below the clouds here, which makes me really do think that it's Nimbus. So what I think Worldwide Celebration is finally, when I get to it, is I think it could be something from Dragon Ball Saga or just Dragon Ball. OG Dragon Ball. Now, if we're getting something from OG Dragon Ball, the main thing that would be worldwide, if it would ever be worldwide, is this Goku right here and DKP. That would of course be the extreme unit for part 1 at least. Now, we don't know what the thing is. We don't know what the theme is. So there's no way to 100% say what it is with certainty. But again, it looks like Nimbus, mainly because the last one it's yellow and it's under the clouds. Saiyan space pods were usually they were shown going downwards because they're crash landing and they're coming from space. This isn't in space. This is going like straight across the sky under the clouds. So that really does make me think that it's Nimbus. So with Nimbus, there's two main things. Of course, I said Dragon Ball Saga, and that'd be Kid Goku and Demon King Piccolo. Or it could be Saiyan Saga because Goku has multiple instances where he's flying on the Nimbus to go fight. He flies on the Nimbus to go fight Raditz. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I don't remember 100% if he uses the Nimbus to go to Vegeta, where Vegeta and Nappa are, but I'm pretty sure he does. Now, Saiyan Saga doesn't have enough, in my opinion, it doesn't have enough, like, enough good units. Like, we need some premium Saiyan Saga units, in my opinion, and I would be happy to see them show up for Worldwide because that pretty much guarantees that they're at least going to be good and have decent animations. I say decent because Vegito Blue last year and Trunks, their animations weren't the best. They could have been better. Vegito Blue, when he's transformed, was really good, but Blue Goku and Vegeta untransformed, let alone the bad condition that they had. Untransformed, their animations just had a lot more to be desired. They're just not that good. So, you know, it is what it is. I have to call it that because it's true. That's how I feel. I'm not going to sit here and lie, right? The other thing, if it is a Saiyan Space Pod, however, is Broly. Now, I will show you one thing with Broly real quick. Now, I don't know if this is because people are just typing Broly so much under this post. If you go here and you look up Broly, right? It's the first thing that pops up, which is kind of strange But again, I do think it's just because I think people are just posting Broly under this so much. Like it's Broly because they think it's the Saiyan space pods, which it could be. But again, it's like to me, it doesn't look like it's coming down. If it was the Saiyan space pods, I would think that this would be going downwards. This is like going straight across, which again makes me, and it's also below the clouds again. It's not coming from space, so it really is making me think that it's the Nimbus. So I'm thinking Demon King Piccolo and Kid Goku are most likely. Now I don't want to be cope. I don't want to cope because I do think I would prefer Demon King Piccolo and Kid Goku over Broly. But at the same time, this guy also has the longest unit. Like this is the oldest unit that hasn't Easy 8 yet. So he's very due for an Easy A. It could very well just be like a Saiyan theme. I don't even know like the Saiyans, and they really could just do whatever they want. They doesn't all have to be Saiyans because it could just be the people that Saiyans fight. But it's like it really could just be anything at this point for in terms of Nimbus and Saiyan pods. And again, if they're Saiyan pods, that could also be like a Saiyan Saga thing. But I would think that it would be two Saiyan pods that come down, or even they would show three. It did show three different angles, which would be Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta. But I do think that if it was that, it would show at least two of them together. So it's really hard for me to say that it's a Saiyan pod. I really do think it's a Nimbus. So with it being the Nimbus Cloud, it's really just Goku really doesn't use the Nimbus Cloud after Saiyan Saga, which is the first Dragon Ball Z arc. So I would say that it would most likely be Dragon Ball Kid Goku versus DKP, Demon King Piccolo. Now, what would the part 2 be in the Easy A's? I don't even know. Honestly, like if I go to cards and look at the categories, it would be in this right here. What what would Easy A from this? I don't know. We could get an Kid Goku Super Easy A like I saw Truth saying. I don't think Path to Power would Easy A. He's a 200%. We haven't even gotten the 7th years, which we're going to get 10th anniversary most likely. I would be shocked if we didn't get them. They've followed the trend every year so far. So, again, like, the Easy A's are not here. I don't know who they would Easy A. I would think they would just have to Super Easy A Kid Goku, but there's no, like, LR Easy A's. I mean, they could Easy A DKP, but it's like, it's a free-to-play unit, right? We need summonable Easy A's. They're not going to Easy A Bulma, I can tell you that. That would be crazy. She just came out last year, so that wouldn't make any sense. I mean, they could Easy A these free-to-play units, but again, that's the only thing. If it's DKP versus Kid Goku, it's like, what are the Easy A's going to be? There's not really any units to Easy A from this category. But if they have a more just a Saiyan theme or something like that with like Great Ape, I mean, I guess then they could just throw in Broly. It wouldn't really matter. I mean, they can do whatever they want as long as it's good. The characters are good, the animations are good. It doesn't matter to me what they choose as much. Again, as long as like good animations, good kits, help out teams that needed help a little bit while also contributing to good teams already, because you want to be able to use the units. As long as they're good animations, good kit, I will be satisfied enough. Now, my favorite character is Gotenks. They're not going to do Gotenks. I know very clearly I'm not that delusional that I think it's Gotenks just because I want Gotenks. So, I think it would just... Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm not that delusional. So, that would be my number one pick. I would be the happiest with the Gotenks. But I know Gotenks is not going to be worldwide ever. At least part 1 is Gotenks. People don't like Gotenks like I do. But yeah, my thoughts, it's between Kid Goku, Saiyan Saga, which would just be like Kaioken Goku or Base Goku, and then probably Vegeta. It could also be Broly movie. Which Broly movie? I don't remember if the first Broly movie had the Saiyan pod. I think it did, but for sure the second Broly movie definitely had the Saiyan pod coming down onto Earth. So If it really just depends on what they portrayed this flying thing is. Again, it looks like a Nimbus to me. It's close to the ground. That's not like super high in the sky. I would assume like a Saiyan pod would make way more. I'm not trying to get scientific here, but I would think a Saiyan pod would make like a lot more. I don't know what that is. I want to say debris, but it's not debris. But it would be a lot bigger than this. A lot flashier. It just looks like a Nimbus. Like, look at how close it is. It's yellow here. Like, you can really see here that it's yellow, I think. It looks yellow. So, Nimbus to me. Nimbus to me. Dragon Ball Saga or Saiyan Saga. Those are my two pick. I don't want to say picks, but that's my guesses. It could be Broly. Again, Broly is hyped enough for sure for worldwide. But this Goku right here, it's just, I'm thinking it's this versus DKP updated animations. That's it for me. I mean, they have Kamehameha, Guidance, and Dragon Balls. Again, we would need Easy A's, but I don't know who they'd Easy A. That's the problem. This unit, look at this. Look how many categories this guy's on. This would, like, depending on like the leader skill, this could be a very, very helpful unit to have. We could get Earthbred Fighters back, Battle of Fate, like all these good categories. It was on so many good categories. Kit just gotta be good. I mean, because the links are okay, but these links are mainly just for like Guidance of the Dragon Ball, Incredible Adventures, Innocence. This is not a good link for Goku most of the time, but these two links are Dragon Ball links. Ideally, we get drop Kamehameha for something else, just because I mean it's just an attack link. Honestly, we use some defense links here and there, but yeah, those are what I think it's gonna be. I think there's a good chance that that's what it is. Yeah, I don't see it being anything other than a Nimbus or Saiyan Pod, so that pretty much cancels out everything after Saiyan Saga, in my opinion. I guess it could be, no, it wouldn't be Frieza. There's no Saiyan Pods in Frieza. Actually, is there? No, Vegeta does have a Saiyan Pod, but I don't think they would show that for Frieza. If it was Namek and Frieza, they would definitely show something else. So, those are my opinions. That's what I think it is. If you watched this video and you enjoyed it, please leave a like and sub to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you.